And we are streaming. Now, what I want to do is I've got absolutely no idea if we're actually live or not. Could you go? Oh, you can't look at your...
I can probably, hang on, just go to your page.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll just bring up my internet browser. Right, according to this, we're kind of half live. It says here stream is orange. We are live, but we've not got anyone watching at the moment. Right. I think we better wait for somebody to come in.
What does stream is orange mean?
I don't know. It's different. I had that when I was doing my live stream the last time. Green is good. Your viewers are happy. Orange is okay. Viewers may be experiencing minor issues. It doesn't actually say whether that's got anything to do with you and I. Bad is potentially serious viewing issues. And YouTube, and grey is YouTube is not receiving data.
Whatever happened to giving you a message that actually referred directly to the problem? or talking just plain English?
Right, we have ye olde gamer Steve. Good evening, Steve. I'm just going to narrow this browser down. We have an audience at long last.
Does that mean we're green now?
I don't know if we're green or not. It doesn't matter. I think the only problem... hang on a second. I need to try and find... I really need to try and find... Why is... Sorry, Steve. Bear with us. Usual technical problems just for a change.
18 months of these and we still haven't got it down.
We've been doing this for about 2 years and we still can't get the hang of it. Right, I just... How can I look to see where my live stream is?
No, that's me. That's too technical for me.
Well, the fact that Steve... I don't suppose you can... No, how can I look at my own channel? Well, I am. I'm looking at my... Oh, wait a minute. What was that? Trending, subscriptions. Home. Not home, trending. Nope. Subscriptions. How do I look at my own channel?
I'm looking at your home page, and the last thing I can see is Mamemeister and Lucola.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Steve's in the channel, so he can obviously see it. Right, I'm going to just jump back.
I'm sure this happens to us every time, and there's something we're missing it, because we always say the same thing, which is all I can see is your last video.
Good evening, everyone. Well, we've got 6 people watching this, which is good. The only problem is Dave and I can't figure out where the questions are. Well, you know what? Right.
Hey, maybe our audience could be our technical support.
How the hell do we do this? Why can you and I not see? Are you in my channel? Yeah.
I'm on your channel.
So why can't you see my live stream?
I'm scrolling. Yeah, if I go straight to home, like I said, I'm missing something because this happens every time.
Wait a minute. Right.
Oh, it just popped up. It's not instant. There you go.
Right, I've got a live stream.
I'm missing something because this happens every time.
Wait a minute. Hang on, I need to shut my voice down. That's spooky. Oh.
I got a nagging feeling this happens every time as well. We should just be patient and wait.
Right, anyway, apologies everybody. Welcome to myself and Dave's... What do we call it? Live Christmas Eve ramble?
Something like that. Live Christmas waffle.
Well,
ramble. I prefer ramble.
I think if I want to stick with tradition, it's got to be Dave and Al talk bollocks. It's not a Christmas special because I've not prepared anything.
Dave and Al talk Yule logs.
You... Well, I have put a hat on. You've got your hat on as well, so...
Yeah, I wish I washed it since last year now. It's bloody itchy.
It does look very clean, I have to say.
Yeah, well, you know, I only wear it at Christmas. I'd look at it any other time of the year.
So would I be right in saying, Dave, that you're probably Christmas's biggest fan?
Pretty much, yeah. I'll tell you what's currently paused in the background. The greatest.
I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that after this is finished.
I love it.
But you know what? I was trying to watch my Well, I'll tell you what is your 3 favourite Christmas films? Doesn't have to be about Christmas, but what films do you love watching at Christmas?
Well, that Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown's Christmas, which you could argue is not really a film; it's a short.
You were talking about that, yeah.
Alistair Sim's 1951, A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Brilliant, isn't it, eh?
And then also there's a kind of remake of it with him that's animated from the 70s where he reprises it, and it's only about 30 minutes long. And they're all on YouTube.
Are they really? Yeah, that's you got to love YouTube, eh?
Yeah, it's only us who have to worry about copyright. Everyone else is fine. They're not inverted, they're not sped up, they're not got that weird white line through, or where the sound goes 2 times as fast. But they're all fine.
Yeah.
I put anything in the background and I get flagged.
So what do you think? What do you think makes a perfect Christmas film? Is it because the film is good, or is it the whole nostalgia thing? Do you think? But both, maybe.
I don't know. Probably nostalgia, because I watch every Christmas movie and my brain goes back to Christmas childhood mode, because that's how I watch Christmas movies. But also, it's got to have a good story. It's got to tug at your heartstrings a little bit. Because I mean, even with this, right? It's flat out comedy as it is. I dare anyone not to well up when he's sorry, people, spoilers. But if you haven't seen it, you need to sort your life out. When he's stuck up in the attic watching old cine camera footage of his childhood Christmases.
That's right, yeah.
It's not getting to me. It's not getting to me.
You mentioned Charlie Brown's Christmas in your video, didn't you?
That's brilliant. Have
you
not
did.
Seen it?
And you know what? I'd actually forgotten all about that. And I'll need you. Where is that on YouTube?
You'll probably get one that's kind of flipped or something, but I'm pretty sure it is. I've got it on DVD, but that's brilliant because that's from the 60s and that's a massive topic.
60s?
Really? A whole
sort
of overcapitalization of Christmas back then. Plus, also, you could argue that Linus is clearly suffering from depression. No, like seriously, it's so deep, and that bit's kind of a little bit dark. But it's a massive puppet,
Is Snoopy still a thing? I mean, I know that Snoopy. I know we're getting off topic for Christmas. Is Snoopy still a? I mean, he's kind of was as famous as Mickey Mouse. Did they still make Peanuts cartoons? Yeah,
there were 2 movies, weren't they?
Oh, so there were. I wasn't a fan of it.
I've not seen them. I don't know. I can never not. Well, I can only watch it in its purest form.
Nah, the film Ava and I went to see it in the cinema and it was crap.
It was CG, wasn't it?
It was kind of CGI sort of thing. Yeah, it wasn't good. So let us have a quick look. I don't actually know. Well, according to this, we've got 9 people in. Who have we got? We've got Ye Olde Gamer Steve. We've got Bangkoki and Ian 1967. God, my eyesight absolutely sucks. I either need to get better glasses or get longer arms so I can actually read the damn thing. We've got Mark, Lactobacillus Prime, evening gentlemen. We've got Brian C, who's my 2nd ever subscriber.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's still here. We've got Doug Scullery and Ian Hunter, and Mark the Gaming Blaster, Mark Blaster the Gamer, and Colin Jones. So we've got quite a few people in.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Would I be fair to say that this is possibly going to become a tradition, the Dave and Al Talk Bollocks Christmas special?
I think it should.
What is it about? Especially Christmas, I think, where tradition is it's a magical thing. People like to know that. I'm not saying people like to know that we're going to be making a video on Christmas Eve. I wouldn't dare say that, but people, I'm going to go and watch The Snowman, and I'm going to go and watch that film. What is it about? Is it just a kind of comfort thing, knowing that
I think it's comforting to know exactly what you're going to do, and it's a comfort zone to not have to worry about anything out of place, anything coming out of the blue and stuff like that. It's sort of the one time of the year where that you look for that, where other times you're like being so rigid is boring and not cool and stuff like that. But I think because of the potential, particularly with big Christmases and family Christmases, the stuff that go tits up, that you kind of cling to tradition because it's your comfort blanket. Which I have absolutely no problem with whatsoever, because I've been watching Christmas movies since the end of November.
Nothing wrong with that. I think I mean, I don't know if anybody watched Locosa or myself videos yesterday. We do just a piss take, what we're seeing how shit Christmas is. I love Christmas, you know what I mean? That's just a thing that we do, we put on a kind of character, 2 grumpy old men. But I mean, I was down in Asda tonight, your favourite place, just buying a couple of things. And I think, would I be right in saying it's the one day of the year where everything kind of stops? Nobody goes to work. Well, I know some people do go to work, you know, nurses and paramedics and what have you, and probably people that work in ASDA as well. But, you know, it's the one day of the year where technically everybody comes together and says, right, we're having this day off and we're going to do fun things.
Yeah, I honestly can't think of another one. Yeah, I think that's it. And it's funny because you could argue how multicultural we are now with how many different religions and stuff like that there are in this country. That, you know, yeah, we still have this day, you know, because obviously it's a Christian holiday, where everything still completely and utterly shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. I think the world needs a day off.
I think so. I mean, I took my daughter, I promised her a McDonald's tonight, and I said it might be shut, and she goes, oh, hopefully not. And I said, well, actually, I hope it is shut. I says, because there's kids your age, it's Christmas Eve, they should be back home watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
They should be back home watching us.
Exactly, watching us, absolutely, I know. Aye, but yeah, I think it is. It's just that one day, because, and I think as time's gone on, that one day has become even more sacred, because after, you know, Boxing Day, shops are open, basically things return to normal as of Boxing Day.
You're right, it's the one, it's probably become more important over the years because, as you said, Christmas has chipped away at, you know, all the days where, you know, people had off. I just think, does the world really need to shop on Boxing Day?
Something sad. I mean, back in the day, when I worked, lad, I mean, places actually closed down for 2 weeks or a week.
Yeah.
You know,
and they should again.
It is. Yeah. You know,
I was talking to someone at work about this, but he was going, well, you know, Boxing Day sales and stuff like that. And I said, look, you've got the internet, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got New Year's sales, you've got free Christmas sales, you've got Easter sales, there's sales in the summer, you've got a week of Black Friday, and you've got a week of Amazon Prime Day. There's no such thing as a sale. You know, thanks to the internet, if you want it cheap and you look hard enough, you can find it. So why are these people dragging their ass out of bed at, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning on Boxing Day, probably with a sore head, you know, slogging their way through crowds and crowds and crowds of people to find a bargain that's not even a bargain, when they could be sat at home having turkey cold cuts in their jammies watching Christmas TV.
And playing video games, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a part of me thinking, you bloody greedy bastard, I've just spent a fortune on your Christmas and that's not good enough for you. You're going back out to Asda to pick up a 55-inch telly. Just one thing we did say, guys, this was going to be a Q&A, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we did kind of say that, so if I can actually read this, so let me just scroll right down the bottom. Merry Christmas, fellas. Won't be here long, but decided to come back and quickly say hi. Thank you very much, Mark. So, alright, here we go. YouTube is... Right, the oldie gamer Steve, question for you both. I'm getting a C64 Maxi tomorrow. What is the first game I should put on a USB stick and play? Even though you're a Spectrum fanboy, what do you think? What C64 game must Steve go and play?
The Mario Brothers one, that homebrew one.
Oh, the NES one.
Yes.
It was one of... Yeah, it's one of my videos. It just went... It didn't go viral, but it just went boom. And you did exactly the same video, and it...
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand how that works. Yeah, it's a good... I have played it since. It's not as good as the NES one, but it's still a remarkable feat. I'm going to... Obviously, Super Pipeline, which I don't think's... Which it isn't on the... it's not on the 64 Maxi thing, whatever you call it. Or the 64. Mine's is actually sitting there. I've not even picked it up since I ran about like a madman last week chasing the Yodel guy. Did you...
Yeah.
I've not even opened it.
I just got this image of him looking in his mirror. I swear that guy's been behind me for a bit.
I am one of these guys, when I get an idea in my head and I want something, whether it's buying something, whether it's whatever, I become quite obsessed with it. And I was determined to get...
Let's be honest, the lady at the petrol station, sort your shit out.
Well, I did take it to the highest level. I complained to BP, and they said that they had done a full investigation. They had been in touch with the manager of the BP service station, and they can promise me going forwards it will be open Saturday, Sunday. I was hoping they'd say that they dismissed her on Christmas Eve.
Here's a petrol voucher for all your trouble.
Yeah, sorry, Steve. We digress. So you reckon
Ghostbusters as well was an absolute classic.
What's that?
And Ghostbusters, because it's an absolute classic.
That is.
I was always jealous of the Commodore version when I was a kid, because I had the Spectrum version, but the Marshmallow Man at the end was tiny, but on the Commodore he was
It
shout.
was huge. That's right. Aye. Before I kind of get sidetracked, I would probably say, obviously, Super Pipeline 2, but I would probably say Ghosts and Goblins Arcade or Commando Arcade, maybe. Would you think?
Definitely, both of those.
These are classics, yeah. Yeah, go for them. I would say Super Pipeline 2, and you would say Super Mario Brothers.
And Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah. Just to flip this on its side, if somebody had never ever played a Spectrum before, and you were going to try and convince them why they should, what 3 games would you tell them to play, and why?
Target Renegade, because it's a better beat 'em up on that system than some 16-bit beat 'em ups. An absolute fantastic.
Never played the Spectrum one.
Oh, it's amazeballs. It's better than the. I don't know what the Amstrad one's like. It's better than the Commodore one. It's better than the NES version. If I could get it working on my emulator, I'd do that and compare it to. Well, I can get the Spectrum one working, but I'd compare it to the Commodore 64 one, just so I could sit at the end and be all smug and say Spectrum wins. Robocop, obviously, because Robocop on the Spectrum is just an absolute masterpiece.
Was it?
Yeah, oh, it's fantastic, especially the music. And Chase HQ. The glorious, majestic Chase HQ.
So you've gone for obviously 3 graphically impressive games, but would that convince somebody to
and they're all by Ocean.
But yeah, they were all was Target Renegade.
It was Imagine, but Imagine was.
Was that Imagine? Aye, under the Ocean banner.
Yes, but they've all. I mean, I've gone for 3 graphically impressive games.
Yeah, you have.
They've all, gameplay still some of the best examples on the Spectrum.
Yeah, I would have to. It'd be an easy one for me. Manic Miner every time. Manic Miner's my favourite Spectrum game. It's just.
I can't get off the second screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Hang your head in shame, sir. Bloody hell! You've never got off the second screen.
No.
But the first screen's actually more difficult. That's the thing.
You think?
The second one's piss easy. That's
the
chiller.
Jet Set Willy. I can
Cold
breathe that.
You can complete that.
No, I can breeze it. I can get really into it because there's a point where you get to where it's broken. And if you don't do it in the right order, then you can't finish it, can you?
Aye.
Oh,
but you can. You can't.
That's what Jet Set Willy 2 is. Well, it's basically the mansion with a bit of extra stuff bolted on. It's because there's a chunk in the first game that's broken if you don't do it in the right sequence. And they made out that it was deliberate, which is rubbish. And so that's why they kind of fixed it. That's my understanding. They kind of fixed it in the second game.
So is the first? Whoops, is the first Jet Set Willy? Can you complete it? Was it not that with the attic bug or something? It was called. What was it?
Yeah. I remember back in the day. What was it? If you got all the glasses, then it'd give you a phone number, wouldn't it? In the game, and you could phone it, and then you could see if you want a box of champagne or something. I've still got a copy of the original tape. I'll have a look because I remember thinking 2 things, which was, well, that's kind of cool. But the other one being, everyone who's buying this game is a child. What are they going to do to create champagne?
That's very true. It's funny. I've never, considering how big a fan I am of Manic Miner, I've got no love at all for Jet Set Willy.
Really? See, that's. I mean, it is a differently structured game, isn't it? Obviously, because it's not screen by screen; it's screen into screen. But and then what was it? Was there a rumored 3rd one?
Aye, the Taxman or something, was it not?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was ever actually. Was that ever finished? I don't think it was. It certainly wasn't
No, it
released.
wasn't. But I mean, is there even anything floating around where you can see what it looked like?
There probably is. I'm sure Retro Gamer have probably featured it. Do you subscribe to Retro Gamer, out of curiosity?
No, I don't, because I find it a bit hit or miss. So
Yeah.
I buy it on a base by base
Yeah.
issue. Plus, I do like it. I don't want to say buy a humbug and stuff like that, but I think it's a tad overpriced.
Is it $5.99 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit miffed, although it's the same with all these things that if you subscribe now, you get, I think you get 6 issues plus a PS4 controller for, it's like 20 quid or something.
Yeah. Or you can have one of those Bluetooth ones for one of your mini systems.
Aye, that's right. Whereas
I
people,
do know what? I might subscribe just for that.
you should, you know what, yeah.
Because I need a 6-button pad for my mini Mega Drive.
Can you actually buy them official ones, or are they selling
Yeah,
official ones?
they're on Amazon. You can buy the one that's not official, but it is licensed by Sega. I forget who make it, but there are official mini Mega Drive ones. I do think they dropped the ball there, for the price essentially being the same in Japan, that they got 6-button pads and we got the 3-button pads, and they said, but it's all nostalgia. And I went, well, it can't all be nostalgia because you put 2 games on there that need 6 buttons.
So how can you play Super Street Fighter just with a 4-button pad then, or 3-button pad?
You press start and then it flips it between kick and punch.
So you're supposed to you've got to press start in between doing your super combo.
So I'll tell you what, you tried it on the PC Engine. I can play Street Fighter on the PC Engine, but you haven't got a 6-button pad because you've only got 2 buttons. You use run is your weak one, then B is your medium, then A as your strong one, and then you select to flip between punch and kick.
Oh, right, okay. So it does kind of work. Got to say, I did do an initial. I mean, you were the reason I got my my Mega Drive Mini, and it's beautiful. And the only one thing that I didn't like about it was the fact it didn't have scan lines, which is another topic.
No, I'm
but
sure there's an option.
There is.
Yeah.
I was just too stupid. I think I can't remember what it was. Yeah, you go into display settings, and it's not obvious.
I do find the display setting screen a little bit clunky.
Aye, it wasn't, because I did go into it when I was doing my kind of my look at thing, and I couldn't see it, and I thought that's a bit pants. But then a few people commented on the video and said you can, and I've since gone in and changed it. So do you put scan lines when you're playing these modern systems or old systems?
I do, for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah. Somebody was saying to me about, why would you choose to make the game look shitter than it is. But it goes back to the old tradition. It's what you were used to.
Because that's what it looked like when I was a kid. Warm, fuzzy nostalgia bubbles and stuff like that. And comes back to tradition.
It is. It's just exactly what you're used to. I know we're getting slightly off topic. This is meant to be a Christmas waffle. So I'll just have a quick look and see any other ones. Merry Christmas. So any other questions, guys? Peanuts. Ian Hunter's asking, Alan, I know you will be buying the Spectrum next, but Dave, will you invest in the UC64?
See, I've got the Mini. I wouldn't mind one, but I'm thinking, am I going to make full use of the basic why you would buy it, the keyboard? I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be useful just playing games and capturing games and stuff like that, because the interface on the Mini is horrible.
Yeah.
But for owning that as well as a Mini, for the sake of the key, I don't know. I mean, I never planned on buying the Mini in the first place, and then it showed up in a second-hand store. So never say never. If I see one for the right price, then probably yeah.
Yeah.
But then having said that, it's not that expensive anyway, is it?
What's that?
It's not really that expensive anyway.
It's £109. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've got it, and it's effectively going to make my other one null and void. But it's a double-edged sword with these mini systems. As much as I like what it does, i.e., it gives you a selection of games and you can plug it into an HDMI thing and away you go. I don't like the fact that it's a tiny little console, because when it's on the floor and you're pulling the cable, it's just moving. It's just like it's almost pointless.
Should come with sucker cups like a quick shot too.
It's almost kind of pointless. I was laughing. I noticed a video earlier on today. A guy opened up the C64.
It's just one tiny little thing.
It's huge, and it's all space. So they've effectively put a C64 Mini inside it and connected the keyboard.
I just looked at that and just thought some drug trafficker's going to be using that.
Can you feel
exactly, like you said, it's exactly the same. Yeah. The other thing is, I don't even know if you watched the same one as me. I forget who it was, but I watched someone go. I borrowed my friend's, and then he starts taking
Oh,
it
is this?
apart.
Aye, the guy with a beard, the American
Yeah,
guy.
and I thought, hang on a minute. I hope you ask permission to take it apart, because even though even if you're like a super skilled sparking stuff and you can put it back together, you don't take another man's shit apart.
Aye, somebody goes, don't lend this guy your computer. I thought that as well. I didn't watch the video. I just watched a real quick bit of it, but I thought, cheeky bastard, bloody hell. Yeah, as you said, Ian, I am getting the Spectrum next. I mean, are you getting the Spectrum next, Dave? I know you've not signed up for it, have you?
I've not signed up for it, which means I don't even know when the next batch would be out. But that's on my sooner rather than later list. To be honest, which is shocking for me because I'm such a Spectrum fanboy. The whole signing up for it thing, I don't know why. It went by me. I didn't know about it. So
I mean, it was due to come out. It'll be, in fact, this May next year will be 2 years overdue. It was due to come out in May 2018.
But I mean, it's coming out. It's no Vega.
Oh, it is, and I mean, Jim Bagley's involved in it. I've seen any time you go to these play events, Jim's always there with the Spectrum Next, and they're really, really taking their time with it. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. I really think it will.
See, the thing that's good because they've taken their time to deliver a solid.
Aye. They've not, yeah.
Whereas the Vega Plus took their time because they were trying to cover up the fact that someone ran off with all the fucking money and it was nothing but a big scam. Yeah. Which is a shame because the first Vega wasn't a scam and is an alright piece of kit.
Do you use that? Do you ever play it? Do you?
If I go anywhere overnight, I take it with me as my portable gaming tool of choice. But yeah, so it's kind of a shame what happened with that, I guess when you hit success like that, and then all of a sudden you got a license to write checks when you mention something and the money comes flooding in. I guess people just get tempted and sticky fingers.
And yeah, they've got away with it. I don't think you can't press charges or anything, can you? So they've effectively
because there's a minimum batch you have to honour or something, isn't there? Which is shocking when you think about it, because does that minimum batch cover everyone who pre-ordered or something? I don't know. There's something to be said that these crowdfunding things need to be timed up quite a lot.
I think so. I think I watched Guru Larry did a video where he showed the only thing that the Spectrum Vega 2 is good for is cutting
cheese. Yeah.
Cutting cheese. Oh, was it cheese or something? What was it cutting again?
Yeah, cut some cheese with it. And the other thing, if you watch everyone's overview of it, the other good thing is for cutting is your thumb, because the D-pad is so it's not high enough. It's flush with the unit itself. You just see people pressing like this and then showing their thumb to the camera and it's got an indent.
How many of these were actually made? I mean, there was only a handful, I think, went out.
Do you know what the worst thing about that is? Because it's such a train wreck and a piece of crap. They're now worth a fortune on eBay, aren't they?
Aye.
People like buying shit, basically, don't they? But like I said, it's a shame because the original Vega was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I always think is quite funny, doesn't surprise me, is how the minute somebody talks about a portable Spectrum, they go bloody apeshit. Whereas I've been playing a portable Spectrum for years on my PSP.
Yeah. It was even better on the DS because
it's got the keyboard as well.
Yeah, and you just hit it with your stylus.
Yeah. I got my battery working in my my portable.
I watched the video. That's such a nice.
That is the absolute dog's bollocks, because
you need to take it on the train when everyone else opens up their
Spectrum
Sony laptop and you just go and they can just hear the noise from that liner playing.
I've got to say it's a single apart from a Vectrex, it's the single most piece of hardware that I've got. I just think it's absolutely fantastic because it's not. I mean, I think it's not an original Spectrum. It's a newly created ZX Spectrum, but it is a Spectrum. It's got the proper keyboard, rubber keyboard,
and it's a Spectrum laptop.
And it's it's got the flip screen and it now works with batteries. I actually had to get my mate up to do a wee. Apparently, the guy that made them, he forgot to solder.
Yeah, he forgot to solder one point on the
tiny little. It took my mate all of 10 seconds to do it. He's like, dunk, that's it done. And I can play it for 3 hours on battery. It's fully portable. So awesome.
That's not bad, because people say only 3 hours, and you think, well, what does a laptop battery last anyway?
Probably not even 3 hours.
I know this because whenever you get power cuts as much as I do because of where I live, and then you're like, oh, I've got nothing to, I'll watch a DVD in my laptop, and you go, well, choose wisely, Dave, because you only get to watch one.
That's very true. Just talking about the Spectrum, what have you actually, I mean, you're a massive Spectrum man, what hardware do you actually own that you play Spectrum games on?
DS, PSP, my Wii. My Wii is my Spectrum emulator of choice because you can plug a keyboard into it, and then it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it runs. I don't forget. Is it FBZ Wii the emulator on it? I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's pretty good, but I like that because you can play. I mean, I got my original spec key, but you know, like the leads and all that stuff. And I got it checked the other day, and it does work. I found my rubber mats. Still with pieces of masking tape on it, holding the metal bit on because it got so curved over the years. But yeah, basically any device that emulates, I've got a Spectrum emulator on. But the main thing I play it on is my Wii, just because the keyboard.
Yeah. So have you not got an actual Spectrum? You don't own a Spectrum?
Oh yeah, no, I got 48K rubber mat Spectrum.
Aye.
But it's just not worth that setting that up. And also somewhere in this house, and I've looked for it so many times. It's like that bit in Stand By Me where he can't find the jar of pennies buried under his house. I know it's here somewhere. And this one I would use is a 128K plus 3 with a multi-face. Do you remember the multi-face?
I do remember that. What was that? Just a joystick adapter or something? What was it?
No, it was a interface in the back with a red button on, and it was for backing up games to tape.
Oh, nice.
So what I used it for was if I was playing a particularly difficult game and I got really far, red button, save it to disk, and then die, and then red button, load it off the disk.
So was it a kind of snapshot file? Was that what it created?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
But it was actually made, I mean, it was best used for plus 3, but it was actually made for backing up games. And at one point, because it was easy to do it like that, you didn't need like a tape to tape. You could just go, people at school were just like giving out badly multi-face games because they wouldn't load in with a title screen or anything. So, well, which was good because it made it even smaller. So you were basically backing up a game and it was making it smaller, a smaller image. Because as much as loading screens were nice and stuff like that, and you didn't realize this when you were a kid because you're like, oh my god, look at that, it's amazing. All they actually did was add length to the loading process.
It probably did. It probably had a good couple of minutes. So we better bar into these questions because we've only answered 2. I can't talk and read unfortunately. Mamemeister, yep. Yoldy Gamer Steve, Mamemeister, Jetpack and Night Law. Good choice of games.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a good Commodore version of Night Law now. Someone converted the Z80 code.
What was that?
Because you know Commodore couldn't do isometrics for stuff. Well, it could. But...
Sorry, you're breaking up.
Oh, you know that. Can you hear me now?
No, you're breaking. Sorry, I'm taking the piss.
Probably my internet.
No, I'm taking the piss, mate. Sorry, I did hear what you said. Yeah, the Commodore 64 can do isometric, but anyway.
The man whose internet is shit his mind. Because Commodore couldn't do. It's to do with the speed of the processor.
They couldn't do it back in the day, but they've since proved that they can. But
because was it the Spectrum processor was actually faster than the Commodore processor?
If anybody's in this stream will tell me, I think it wasn't twice as fast, but it was certainly a quicker processor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a really good version of Night Law now, and there's a really good version of Alien 8.
Oh, Alien 8 in the C64? What's that?
I did a comparison video between it and the Spectrum.
When was that? When did you do that?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, right, I must have. That one went under the radar. I'll need to watch it.
And all I got in the comment section was, wait, I didn't know this was a thing. Where's the link?
Oh, no, wait a minute. No, sorry. I watched your Night Law one. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's a comparison one.
Aye, but you've not done you've not done an Alien 8 one?
No, but I probably will. But I wanted to leave a bit of time between doing it and that video going up.
Aye. I was actually quite surprised at how pants you were at the game.
I never said I was good at Night Law. I find it even. I mean, it kicked my ass back in the day as a kid, but I was better then. But I've got no patience for the timing of stuff in it. And I find the perspective really like for jumping.
Aye.
And then I watched my older brother play it because I told him it was out and he downloaded it, and he's just like, "What's wrong with you, man?" Breezing through it like it's absolutely nothing.
I think it was one of these games you had to practice it a lot because what would have been really nice would be like an ant attack. You press the fire button.
I'm a wizard at ant attack.
And it just spun it around you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I can play ant attack now because my brain just thinks of Resident Evil tank controls.
That's true. Tell you, just before I move on to another question here from Ian for you, have you played Zombie by Sandy White?
Am I confusing that name with a movie? Because I think I know the name. What is that? A Spectrum game?
It's you've obviously not played it. You
No,
absolutely have.
I'm already confusing Zombie with a Dario Argento film or something.
No, do me a favour and Zombie. Now there's a few games. There's a game by Quicksilver called Zombie. So when you load it up,
That's what I'm confused.
It's like a kind of adventure type one. You've got the different icons. You've got a helicopter at the top and all this. Now, Zombie was a sequel to Ant Attack by Sandy White, and basically it's the same. Excuse me, it's the same type of graphics, isometric, 3D, and the difference is you fly a helicopter, and you've got these little zombies. There's like 4 zombies in each kind of level. And they kind of mill about as zombies do, and I think they're green. And what you need to do is you need to align yourself exactly behind them, and then if you walk up behind them, they then go into a kind of trance and they follow you and they'll not attack you. And what you then have to do is you've got to climb a wall, and you can jump off the wall, but when the zombie falls off, he dies. So you've basically got to lead the zombies to their death, even though they're dead.
That's kind of cool. I can't help but think. I mean, I know it's a game, but I can't help but think maybe some sort of firearms is a lot easier.
but you know,
I honestly didn't know it was a thing.
In fact, this is a question I've been asked before. Has there ever been a game that you don't play it properly, but you use a mechanic in it for fun? And that's the perfect example, because with this with this zombie, if you held down, it sounds complicated, but it's not. When you're in the helicopter, if you hold down the fire button, you basically you pick up a brick. So if you've got a wall and you're in the helicopter and you pick up a brick, when you pick it up, you'll go down one. Dunk, dunk, dunk. It's like, remember Populous? You can build and flatten. You basically pick up all these bricks, but then you can then build your own wall. And what me and my mate did was, we spent about 2 hours one night getting this zombie. We managed to enclose a zombie in this little square, and then we started to fill it in so that eventually and of course, because you were standing outside the wall, he could kind of potentially smell you, and he was running about crazy. He turns red when he can detect you, and he's running about trying to get to us. So we encased him in one single, imagine like Lego, we encased him so he was in this one little space, and we built this huge wall. We thought, brilliant. And then when we came at the helicopter, he magically got through the wall and killed us. It's an absolute fantastic game. So you can actually, you can play it and just like, you could put a sweary word or something just using the blocks. Go and play it. Do a video of it. Zombie.
I honestly didn't know there was a sequel to Ant Attack.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favourite Spectrum games. Really, really, really worth looking out. Right, before I forget. Like, Ian Hunter's asking you, Dave, excuse me, which is your least favourite Spectrum computer and why?
Least favourite?
I mean, what was there?
There was the 16K rubber mat, 48K rubber mat, 48K plus, 128K bread bin.
What was the plus? Or was that the kind of the sort of plasticky keyboard, was it?
Do you know what? I would say that the 48K plus was the worst, because I know people say like the dead flesh feel with the rubber mat and stuff like that, but at least the rubber mat keys were prominent. The problem with the 48K plus was it was flush.
Was that?
Yeah, but then I say that, I'll stand by and say I think that's the worst one, but then having said that, I would love the 128K plus version of it, just because it's the 128K version, the one with the big heatsink down the right side. But no, I'd say that for gaming purposes, the 48K plus, simply because the keyboard was just...
Yeah, then I think I did own the Spectrum Plus 2. There was a grey one, which was the original Plus 2. Then they brought out the Plus 2 black one.
Was that just a compatibility change or something?
What's that?
Was that just to change compatibility?
I've got no idea. I think the black one is actually less compatible. There's a few games that doesn't work in it. And then they brought out the Plus 3. So you've got a Plus 3 then, you said, yeah?
Yeah. Don't know where it is. I would love to find it.
And did you have discs with it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They were weird. Well, they were the abstract disc format, weren't they? What was that? Not 3.5. It was just, I don't know. They were big, thick bastards.
Yeah.
And I do remember disc games cost a fortune back in the day. Which is funny when you think about it, because they were like half the price of a Master System cartridge when that was around. Which, all right, it's half the price, but the bottom line is the Master System cartridge, you know, better system, instant loading, higher storage factor, you know, not as fragile, couldn't be wiped easily. Really? 15 quid for a disc? Even back then, that was a lot of money.
That was always my pet hate. In fact, Novabug, if he's watching this, he'll agree with me. Spectrum owners always got their games about £2 cheaper.
Yeah.
Was it because they thought
it was the initial batches were $6.95 for the Spectrum, and then what, $7.95 for the Commodore 895 for the Amstrad, something like that.
Now I always wondered. I always thought that the numpty in me always thought, well, it's got a bigger memory, so it's going to take, you know, an extra 50% time to code it. But when I was fortunate enough to interview Gary Bracey of Ocean, I said, why did you charge more for the C64 and Amstrad and Spectrum? He goes, because we could, and people bought it.
So, that's brilliant, because I've never actually stopped to think about.
Says because we could, because we did, and people bought it. So why were they going to go and not charge more?
because capitalism is a thing.
Maybe they thought Spectrum owners were poorer. I don't know. But he says we did because we could.
Maybe they felt sorry for us because we had rubber keys.
I don't know. Aye. Retro Hawk. Nothing says Christmas more than Lawn Boy with a Santa hat.
Hey. A very itchy Santa hat.
Oh no, I'm sweating like a 1970s DJ waiting on a knock at the door from the police. Let's see. Personally, I can't wait for the Spectrum Next. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Spectrum Next. I mean, it has been a long time coming. I've seen a few of the games. I mean, I think it's kind of an Amiga type power. Maybe not quite. It's not got like blether chips and that kind of nonsense, but I've seen it. I saw there's a game coming out. Is it Baggers on Ladders? Basically Jim Bagley. I think they've actually had to change it. It's like a Donkey Kong clone, and it just looks awesome. I mean, it looks like a Spectrum game, but it's got so much more colours. It just looks really nice. Have you ever thought about actually getting? Are you going to get a Spectrum Next? Do you think?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know when the second batch is out, because obviously all the pre-order guys get on it first. But yeah, it's on my list to do more than anything else.
I would say
it was just because the first time around it missed me by. I didn't know it was a thing. So
I think for somebody like yourself, who's a massive Spectrum fan, it's a must buy, because, and this is why I like a lot of these mini systems. What I've got there, I've got all the original hardware, but as you say, you've got a ZX Spectrum which you never use because you don't want to fanny about with composite. I mean, modern TVs don't even have a composite. You can't tune it now, can you? I don't think.
Yeah.
They just don't work. Mini systems, HDMI, boom. There you go, away you go. So if you get a Spectrum Next, you can plug it in, you can play all your old games, you've got your SD card. You know, especially I look upon these modern.
How much? I mean, do we know what it's going to cost when it gets released mainstream to the public?
I think, you know what, I can't even remember. I think it was so long ago. I think it was about 160 quid I paid. You know, I can't even remember if I've paid it. I think I have. I'm sure I have. Well, I'll find out if
you hope you have.
I'm sure I have. I do remember paying it. Yeah, I'm sure it's 160 quid. But if any ZX people are watching this, don't you dare try and take another 160 quid out of my account just because I can't remember if I've actually bought it or not. Right, sorry, let's have a quick look. 3 times as fast. Doug Scullery is saying the Spectrum's not 3 times quicker than the C64. I don't think. Or is that the Spectrum Next he's talking about? No, I don't think. Nah, the Spectrum wasn't 3 times as quick as the... Maybe 3 times more awesome than the C64.
Yeah, 3 times more better. Once, twice, 3 times not a Commodore.
Well, Ian seems to think that you take the sexy biscuit for the festive hat. I don't know what's wrong with my...
Well, that's because I'm Santa and you're an elf, so I outrank you in the hierarchy.
I'm in Gauntlet, you're not. Even if I did shoot the food.
I had a crap budget game on the Spectrum that's rubbish.
What's that?
What was it? There's like one Christmas game on the Spectrum. I played it last year, and it was a budget game, and the money from it went to Children in Need or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was awful.
Well, because when I was doing my video with Chris, we were trying to remember Christmas games, and I can't. Can you think of any Christmas games?
I can think of that Spectrum one that's name eludes me. I can think of a Mega Drive one that I played last year, which I can't remember.
Christmas
the name
Capers or something. You
something like that,
nah,
which is shit. And then there's got to be more. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because obviously if you make your Spectrum, make a computer game for Christmas, you're very limited in the time you can market and sell it.
I was kind of thinking that. Here's the thing: would you ever watch a Christmas film outside of Christmas?
No, but there are stipulations. Because I can watch Die Hard outside of Christmas, and I can watch Gremlins outside of Christmas, because I do very much consider them Christmas movies, but because of their content being not directly tied to Christmas, such as horror with Gremlins and shooting people in the face and dropping terrorists off buildings, Die Hard, I can watch them outside of Christmas. And Batman Returns. People say that's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, actually, I watched Gremlins. That was my first ever girlfriend. That's where I went to see Gremlins in the pictures in the cinema. Was it 1984? I think it was.
Yeah.
And I watched it about a couple of months ago. Oh, it's probably one. Maybe you'll disagree. It's probably one you're better just to remember it.
I don't know. I can still watch it. I can see what you're saying. Some of the effects in it hold up really well, and some of them are a bit pants. I think Gizmo in it still looks fantastic.
Aye, it does.
They must have made massive puppets of his face, to do like some of the stuff he does in it. And then they completely ruined it in Gremlins 2 when they turned him into Rambo.
That's right. Yeah, I can't even. It was so pished that I can't even remember what it was about. I just remember that he had the headband on, eh?
Yeah, but if it's stuff like this, which is just full on Christmas, there's no content in it whatsoever that's not Christmas, that absolutely cannot. That's why I start watching Christmas movies at the end of November, because I can only watch them. I can probably watch them to a couple of days after Christmas, if you're still off work, because you're still in that mindset. But other than that, can't watch them, because someone at work said, "Why are you watching Christmas movies now?" And I went, "Because I'm on the clock. I haven't got long time to do it, and there's so many Christmas movies, and also I try and watch as many versions of Christmas Carol as I can every year."
Muppets Christmas Carol. What do you think of that? I think that's great.
Muppets, great. It's actually quite. Obviously there's two Marleys and stuff and that, but it features stuff in it. It's from the book that loads of more serious versions don't.
Really?
Yeah. Plus, it's got my favorite. It's got my favorite line in it ever, which is, "Please, sir, the bookkeeper would like another piece of coal for the fire." And he goes, "How would the bookkeeper staff suddenly like to find themselves unemployed?" And then they all pop up in Hawaiian shirts going, "This is my island in the sun." I tell you what's rubbish, and I won't go into it for a rant or anything like that, but this new one the BBC have done, oh dear Lord, BBC, even by your standards, you have completely and utterly ruined it, and Dickens must be turning in his grave.
Really?
It's just nothing but pandering to political correctness, being edgy for the sake of being edgy, and completely deviating from the story. And it's one of those moments where the BBC are doing it because, we know you're all going to hate it, but we're the BBC and we can do this. And it's like, I was so I'm not alone. I was so disappointed, but that might be because the story of A Christmas Carol to me is heartwarming, even its cold bits, because you know how the story unfolds and how he's shaped by these ghosts. This is just depressing.
So what have they done? What kind of parts have they ripped out? I take it you don't have Tiny Tim and all that kind of stuff.
Oh no, Tiny Tim's in it, but they've added a whole new thing with. Sorry, people, spoilers, but you probably don't want to watch it if you love Christmas Carol as much as me.
You talk. I'm listening. I'm just going to be looking for questions, but you keep talking.
I was just going to say, people, if you don't want spoilers, you might want to close your ears for about 30 seconds. But there's loads of foul language in it. Absolutely. I mean, I swear like a trooper, but I don't need swearing in A Christmas Carol, and I mean bad language. Someone urinates on a gravestone, and his piss goes through into the coffin down below, where a perpetually tortured, still alive but not alive Jacob Marley is, with the piss going down onto his face. And I'm like, really? I don't need this in A Christmas Carol. Obviously, because it's woke, all the men in it. Men are horrible and weak and useless and stuff. It's just. I don't want statements in gender politics and certain things, such as Doctor Who, which you also wrote BBC. But anyway, let's not be political. It's Christmas. We'll step away from that. But I was just mentioning it because I love it. I watch as many versions of A Christmas Carol as I can every year, and I've watched the first 2 parts of this. I watched the first one and was like, holy cow, and then I watched the second one just to see where's this going, and now I'm done with it. I don't want it to sour my memories of the best Christmas story ever.
So when did this come out? Was it this year?
23rd, part 1 was on BBC.
Oh, it's a 3-part thing, is it?
Yeah. So it's 3 hours. So what, you could have just made a 3-hour-long version of the greatest Christmas story ever and actually made, I don't know, happy, uplifting, inspiring, not edgy, no politics. Kind of like every other version of A Christmas Carol. I think, who's the bloke who played the Krays and Venom and Bane?
Hardy.
Is it? I
Tom.
could be wrong, but is it
Hardy Tom?
Did he produce this or something? Which might explain why it's
really?
Yeah, I might be confusing him with someone else who has a very similar name. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to sound all depressing and political and stuff like that, but just like I said, I so love Christmas Carol. I've got the book. I read the book once a year as well. And it's just like, I don't need an 18-rated horror version of A Christmas Carol. I mean, look at Scrooge. Scrooge completely deviated from A Christmas Carol, but still remained true to it. It was utterly heartwarming and hilarious. So you can deviate from it, but not for the sake of just...
Yeah, just rewriting it at all.
Yeah. I had to watch, after I watched that, the second part this morning, I had to watch 2 other versions of A Christmas Carol to get the bad taste out of my mouth. So I watched A Muppets Christmas Carol, and then, because I had to go to bed, I had to wrap presents and stuff, do some Christmas stuff. So then I thought, I've only got time for a quick Christmas Carol. So then I watched another amazing one, which is Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh, wait a minute! I'm sure I saw that. Is that where you've got Donald's nephews?
Uncle Scrooge.
I'm sure.
It was the introduction of Uncle Scrooge.
That's right. I've seen that. That's actually quite good. I've not seen that for a long time. I've got to say though, I'm not even going to pander to the troll that we've got in anyway. What was I going to say? Yeah, my favourite. Excuse me. My favourite. One of my favourite Christmas things is the snowman.
Oh, I love the snowman.
It's magical.
Which version do you prefer? The one with the Raymond Briggs intro or the one with the David Bowie intro?
David Bowie. Yeah, I've seen both. I was quite surprised actually to see David Bowie in that. Was that the original one or who did that?
I think that was the original one.
Aye.
And possibly, maybe the reason they had to redo it with Raymond Briggs was probably, I imagine, if David Bowie was tied to a record company or something then. Do you know what I mean?
Possibly.
Copyrighted, yeah.
It's
just so funny with him at the start going, when he finds his scarf, he goes, he was a real snowman.
It's such a bizarre person to pick, really, when you think about it. It's weird.
Maybe they did that because of that duet he did with, was it King Cole? Drummer boy, or whatever.
Bing Crosby.
That's it.
I forgot about that one actually.
What was it Bing Crosby said about him? Lovely chap. He was off his face on drugs the entire time you were recording that.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, he was off his face on drugs. He was getting into the spirit. He was having a white Christmas.
Good, yeah. But yeah, I think Snowman, I think it started getting shown, was it 1982 or something on Channel 4?
Yeah, and it was I still remember the TV Times or radio, I forget which one it was on the front, but it was a big deal when because it was back then, because we only had 3 channels. It was a big deal when it got shown at Christmas, and it was on the front of the magazine and everything.
And was it written? No, it wasn't written. Was it produced for Channel 4?
I don't know. I've got a nagging feeling maybe it was. That and the other one, Father Christmas. Do you remember that?
With Mel Smith. Blooming Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Another Blooming Christmas.
And then there's that one they did recently, which is the Snowman and the Snow Dog, which...
It didn't... Nah. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for me at all. Yeah. But yeah, Snowman, it was on... it's been getting shown on Channel 4 for years and years and years. And when you're a teenager, or 17, 18 as I was, I had no interest in watching the snowman. I thought, this is boring, it's got a choir boy for God's sake singing the tune. Wasn't interested in it. Then when my daughter came along, we watched it, and it just struck a chord. And there's nothing more than that cartoon. When I watch it, I become that wee boy.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
whole magical looking out the window and it's snowing and they can't wait to get out and play. That's what it was like. That's what it was like in 1970s Britain. The snow would come, and maybe it was rose-coloured spectacles, but you were just you were breaking off for school. You got the week before school finished, you got to take in games, and you got to make your mum and dad a shit Christmas card. And what Chris and I were talking about, you made the chain thing that your mum and dad had to put up in the living room.
Right.
It was the gum paper.
That
you
was
licked
it. After you made 6 foot of that, you couldn't taste anything, and the skin was gone on the top of your tongue.
So yeah. I mean, Christmas started early when you were a kid. You got home, and then it was like the last day of school. What the hell was I talking about? My mind has gone completely blank. What was I talking about there?
Well, we were on Christmas Carol, and then into the Snowman, and then
Snowman. Yeah. You got home and it started to snow. It probably didn't snow before Christmas or whatever, but
in our minds,
in our mind it did. It was snowing. It was snowing before Christmas, and it was so magical. And I remember as a kid looking out, going to my bed. I would always want to go to bed early so I could go to sleep, and then Christmas would come quicker, and I'd be lying there awake.
Yeah,
and
good luck with trying to get to sleep.
And I was convinced I could hear bells. I was convinced I could hear snow bells, like that's the sleigh bells. And I'd look out the window, and I'd kind of squint my eyes, and the stars would be twinkling. Is that Santa? And it's just amazing.
See, I remember, to make us sound old, everyone would go, "What, really? A time before double glazing?" I remember single pane windows, and at Christmas, if it was really, really, really cold, you would have frost along the bottom of the window. On the inside. On the inside.
That was before central heating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you kids today are so lucky. Life before central heating. How did we live? Well, let me tell you, we had something called a teas maid.
I would kill for a teas maid.
You can buy coffee equivalents, but the most famous company that made them stop. I remember it was a big deal. It was on TV about 10 years ago, saying the last ever teas maid is rolling off the line. They were a massive part of my childhood. I always remember it. I remember my parents having one. They had one in their chalet as well. It was like, and in the chalet it was even worse. Like you're in a room, and then the kitchen is literally outside that room. But I won't be fussed for getting up in the morning. I want to make my tea in bed. And the whole idea was, do you remember that it would make it, and then the alarm would go off, and you wake up, and your tea was ready. But the thing is, it was so fucking loud. It sounded like a locomotive going. How did people sleep through that?
Exactly. I can just imagine the kettle's boiling and the alarm goes on. You go, shut up! Scalding hot tea.
Oh, good times. No central heating, frost on the inside of the windows, and teas maids. We were made of sterner stuff.
It was happier days. Jason is asking, has any of you guys made an igloo? I remember making igloos.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do it with blocks, did it? We packed it in really hard, poured water on the outside, and dug the inside out. Oh, they're not called igloos. What are they called? Because I watch those winter camping videos because it's my guilty pleasure watching winter camping videos. Where people go camping in Canada at -40 because they want to. What are they called? They got a different name when you pack it with snow, and you put sticks in it from the outside. Well, I'm being very technical now. So
like a teepee with snow type thing.
Yeah, but you do it so when you cut snow on the inside, when you hit the edge of the sticks, that's how thick it needs to be to support itself. Oh, someone please tell me what they're
called. Can anybody help Dave?
I always see a bloke called Matthew Poser who does amazing winter camping videos. He does summer ones, but I'm not interested in them because he won't die. I like the whole. I don't want him to die. But I'm just saying I like the whole kind of. You've got some balls on you going camping, like with no tent, making your own stuff in the middle of the Canadian wilderness when it's -40. Maybe we'll get a Blair Witch version. Years from now they'll find someone digital camera where they went to do a winter camping video and they never made it back.
Well, with any luck, we'll be doing our UFO special when you get your arse up here.
Yes.
And we head up to...
this year was gone to pants because of that whole contract change and having no control over my hours.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted. Error42 says, I made one with a friend from school. I used an old washing up bowl as a mould for the blocks. That's clever.
Oh, genius.
That is clever. Snowholes. Neil saying snowhole, no?
No, it might even be a French, no, I'm not saying that isn't one, but it might even be a French word or something. What are they called? I got to Google this now, it's going to drive me fucking nuts.
When you're looking for that. Listen guys, thank you very much. We've got 28 people in. Now, seriously, have a word with yourselves. There must be something better you could be doing on your Christmas Eve than watching us talking pish.
You could be making igloos if you were in that part of the world right now. I should have thought that a bit better. I can't find it. Yeah, it's not, I mean, snowholes is probably accurate, but like I said, maybe this is a French-Canadian thing or something.
I can't even think.
I'm gonna after this. I'm gonna find a winter camping video, but I'm gonna find a Christmas winter camping video.
Was Back to the Future ever Christmassy?
Do you know what? It was because the first time it was shown on TV.
Well, it was January. I went to see it in the cinema. Yeah, wasn't it?
It was an old summer movie over here.
No, it was no.
I know that Star Wars in '77 was a Christmas movie over here because it came out in the summer in the States, didn't it? In this country, you had to wait till winter, which isn't a problem for me because I was 2 at the time. But...
No, because I went on a date with a girl and we went to see it. It was, I think it might have been December I saw it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because back then there were massive gaps between our release dates and North America's release dates.
Yeah.
Basically, until DVD and everything became universal, we got shafted.
I know you're a massive Back to the Future fan, and I mean it's an absolute classic film, but that would have made it even better had it been over Christmas. Do you not think?
Yeah. Yeah, but you think if the DeLorean's such a badly made car, it wouldn't get traction on snow.
Have you seen there's talking about Kickstarters? Somebody's actually, you get all these random pop-up things on Facebook. Somebody's making a Back to the Future watch. To be fair, it looks pretty shit, and I know my mate Neil, he'll be all over that.
It's mine. There's loads of DeLorean watches all over Facebook as well. I know they are normal watches with DMC in the middle.
No, but this one has, it's meant to kind of look like the clock or the whatever you call it in the DeLorean. What's it called? What he's got
the clock tower.
The two times. Aye, it's meant to look like that. But they've chosen. It's the bottom part is you've got the wee digital part at the top which is red, and then below it they've chosen wood. It's actually wood. Excuse me, and the time on the bottom clock shines through the wood. I don't quite know what the.
I don't understand that because there's no wood in the.
Nah, I don't understand that either.
Let me see if I can find mine.
You go and look for that. See if there's any other questions. Mr. Benway is saying kettles that shut off. We had a whistling kettle that you put in the gas cooker. Well, I would kill for one of them now. They're great. A whistling kettle, eh?
Can't find my Back to the Future watch, but I've got one that's solid chunky metal. I can't find it because it's precious and I never wear it. And on the top it's got a flux capacitor. So if you press a button, it flashes. But you look at the side, down the left side, it's got the time circuits just in a row, and that's where you read the time. But the thing is, wear that on one arm for a week, and it's so heavy it gives you pop like forearms. But yeah, but what? I can't find the box either. I think it's because I took it all out to do that Back to the Future stuff I own collection, and then remember, you'll know that you do the same as me. Remember thinking I must put this somewhere really safe afterwards, which is otherwise known as I'll never find it again until a couple of years from now.
We've all done right. Colin is saying Snow House. I can't even see that. Quincy?
That's it.
Quincy.
Yeah.
Quincy.
Thank you. I can sleep now.
Thank you, Colin. Whistling kettles are apparently a thing on Amazon. There you go. See, we're going back to the 70s. Before we know it, we'll be getting double glazing that features frosting inside.
Before we know it, we'll go back to 6-day week An early closing on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah, and Christmas, the whole country closes down for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So your Christmas Vacation, have you watched that yet?
I was watching it. I watched it once last week, but because it's such my favourite Christmas movie, I'm watching. It's in the background at the moment, paused, because I've got to watch it again because I can only watch it at Christmas.
Well, I'm going to watch it tonight actually once this.
And then I'm going to watch Scrooged as well, because Scrooged is brilliant. Bill Murray ad-libbed that pretty much all the way through.
What's that?
The director said it was a nightmare working with him. He's very happy the way it came out, but the movie Scrooged, Bill Murray pretty much ad-libbed it and ignored the script.
I've only seen that once. I can remember, yeah. Is that worth watching again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it? I've only watched that once in the cinema.
He's genius in it. And then,
Is it?
I watched for the first time this year because Stephen Orton and Adam Shocks couldn't believe it when I mentioned it. I'd never seen Jingle All the Way. I didn't go out of my way to not see it. I just wanted, sometimes it just happens and you never see it. And then what else? Watched The Christmas Story, like, the kid in the 50s, all he wants is a BB gun. What else?
What do you think? What do you think of Elf?
I love Elf. That's on Amazon Prime.
Is it?
Well.
I watched it once.
It can get a bit too much Will Ferrell, you know what I mean? So
yeah. I think the problem with me is I'm an old bloke and like Steve Martin, John Candy, and then when you get these younger guys, even what's his face? What's him that's in Night at the Museum?
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. He's quite funny, but they're like the new generation of comedians, and I kind of look upon. What's the guy that's in Elf?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. That was close. I'm like, I'm not sure about him. Don't know.
I can just simply watch it for the belch alone.
For the what?
Massive belch, and then he just goes, "Oh my God, did you hear that?"
I would look upon that as a more modern, skinny Christmassy film, but yeah.
Santa Claus.
What?
Santa Claus the movie. Santa Claus the movie?
Aye, that was one that came out 84, was it?
Yeah.
Product
placement.
You know the reason I never watched that, and maybe, I don't know if it's true or not, apparently they did actually kill reindeer and stuff them for that film, and that, when I heard that, it's put me off watching
Holy shit!
Oh, sorry, mate! Apparently they actually murdered reindeer to make the film.
Wow!
Including Rudolph. Yeah, apparently, God rest his soul.
Why didn't they just hire Jim Henson?
I know. Apparently, I don't know whether that's an urban myth. Apparently,
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Apparently, they did actually slaughter some reindeer to make. Yeah, and I'm like, nah.
The thing is, there's me being all upset, but I have to admit, I have had a reindeer burger once.
What about Bad Santa? I've heard that's quite good.
I've heard it's brilliant. I've never seen it, but I think that's because I don't want to sound like it's just those fickle film tastes we have. I just think Billy Bob Thornton's a massive twat. So
yeah, I've never seen it. A few people have said it.
Loads of people tell me it's amazing, and then I'm trying to think, what else?
A film that they should have, an actor that should have been in a Christmas film, and I don't think he ever was John Candy. He's one of my favourite.
Oh no, it's Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Planes, Trains and Automobiles is probably one of my top 3 favourite films. I've seen that. I've seen me thinking I'm going to watch a modern film, and I'll put it on for 20 minutes, and I'll think, nah, fuck it, I'll just put Planes, Trains on.
Yeah.
Because I love it so much. It's just an absolute. It's got the highs and lows and.
Yeah, the thing is that was also that, like you said, old school actors and stuff. Steve Martin was on absolute fire in that period, wasn't he? Think of the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Planes, Trains and Automobiles,
Roxanne. What's that one?
The Man with Two Brains.
Is The Man with Two Brains? Is that the one where he thinks he's been brought up with a black family, and then they tell him that he's not actually theirs, and he has a meltdown?
I can't remember. I've seen that in.
What's it called? Is that The Man with Two Brains, or is that not The Idiot? No, what the hell is it? Is it?
No, The Jerk.
The Jerk. That's it. The Jerk. Yeah. Steve Martin was awesome.
Everyone seems to think he was a member of Saturday Night Live, but the thing is, he wasn't. he just guest hosted it so many times. I think he holds the record for guest hosting it. That everyone just assumed he was like a regular on it.
I see him and is it Martin Short or kind of doing a tour at the moment, a stand-up tour.
That'd be quite cool.
They're kind of playing all like throughout the UK. And he actually, Steve Martin has aged. You'd think he wouldn't because he was always being grey. Even when he was like 16 years old, he had grey hair, but he has aged a wee bit.
I'll tell you who's aged, not just a wee bit, a massive bit. This is how we just assume Chevy Chase looks, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. If you don't want to ruin Chevy Chase's face for the rest of your life on how you remember it, do not Google him now. My God. But Beverly D'Angelo, she still looks absolutely amazing.
Aye. You still would. Yeah.
What, invite her around for Christmas dinner?
Yeah, of course. What else? Hey, listen, I'm just thinking. I want to go and watch. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and it is.
And I'm gonna watch someone build a Christmas Quincy. Doesn't it just roll off the tongue?
Just quickly see if there's any more last questions. Yeah, Oldie Gamer Steve. My favourite Scrooge is the Albert Finney one. Love it.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a very good one as well.
Yeah.
Is that the musical one? Where he actually, sorry people, spoilers, where he actually goes to hell, and the depiction of hell to this day is what I always remember hell being like, because I saw it as a kid, if that makes sense. I might be confusing it. Or was the Albert, I get confused, no, Scrooge. And there's a musical one, and then, I don't know, I
can't remember the musical one, actually, can't.
Yeah, and I like it, but even though I automatically hate musicals. It's probably the only musical I like. Well, actually, I say I hate musicals. I love Aladdin. That's technically a musical.
What about Bohemian Rhapsody?
That's just a song, isn't it?
Have you not seen the film?
Oh, that's a film. That. Well, that's not really a musical. It's a documentary. Well, rockumentary.
It is. Of course it is. I'm talking shit. Yeah, I'm talking.
But it's not very accurate because I'm a massive Queen fan.
Yeah.
But it's not very accurate. Even and Queen made it that way, which I kind of understand because they wanted some of his trauma and life story in there, but they said ultimately we're going to make a movie about Freddie Mercury. Who wanted to be something that's really appealing and uplifting. So I kind of get that.
Quick one. Favorite Christmas song.
Favorite Christmas song. See, because I get Christmas songs on the radio for an entire month, it's kind of put me off them. But Fairy Tale of New York.
Aye.
When you were allowed to play it on the radio before the PC Brigade shat their pants. Even though the term we're all talking about in it is not actually the term they think it is. Because believe it or not, that word means many things.
But it gets played on the music now, doesn't it?
I don't know, they silent out the word, don't they?
Oh,
we all know the word, I just refuse to say it because even though it's not meant that way, the way people think it's meant is... But you know what I mean,
that's probably. I mean, that is definitely one of my favourite Christmas songs. But the one which is probably the most overplayed Christmas song, but again, it's just nostalgia for me, is the original Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That 1984. I was working part time. I was still at school. I had a Commodore 64. It was that was. I mean, I'm happy now in my life. But going back there, it was like a carefree, no responsibilities. I was still living at home. The whole computer revolution was in its infancy. It was just a great time. Band-Aid, Live Aid, the whole thing. When I listen to it now, it just takes me back to a happy place, But
and then there was the Stockade and Waterman version from a few years later with Kylie, Bros, Sonia. A whole bunch of people who don't. Rick Astley.
Yeah,
and then they did it again about 5 years ago, didn't they?
They did it with I think Bono bloody got involved again.
And then they changed some of the lyrics in that again, didn't they?
Aye. But it's funny enough, you never ever put it this way. If you ask,
they did it for the right reasons when it came back. Because obviously it went to.
I know. If you ask Amazon, if you ask Alexa to play. Do they know it's Christmas? It doesn't say what version, it just plays the original.
Because she's a classy bird, is Alexa.
Have you got one of these, by the way?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No, because I just sit there with not doing anything else but deliberately trying to break it or catch it out all night.
Oh,
That's all I do.
it's quite insane actually, just what it actually does. Like, I use it at work. I mean, I work from home quite a lot, and I'll use it for. I'm not going to do it now because I've got one plugged in over there, but I'll just ask it if I'm instead of getting a calculator out, you just tell it and it'll give you the answer.
That's cool.
It's pretty good, and it's great for shopping lists. Excuse me, shopping lists as well. You just tell it to add a shopping list, add to shopping list, and then you get your app and you've got your shopping list on your phone.
I think you probably just talked me into buying one.
Yeah, nothing a piece of paper and a pen wouldn't do right enough. But no, they are good. I love my Alexa Google Dot thing. So listen, guys, I think we're going to call it. I think we'll wrap it up, Dave. It's 10:20. I think we're probably just over an hour. So yeah, we've got quickly. I don't think there's any other questions. I can hardly read that, which doesn't really help. Sorry, Yup, I can't even pronounce that. Yup, it's true. Is asking, what is your favourite Christmas tipple? Do you have one?
So it's certainly not eggnog. Do you know what? Like whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah.
Probably the only time I drink whiskey would be at Christmas and on the rocks. And I'll drink. Well, I haven't this year, because I'll probably do it on Boxing Day thing. But I buy you gotta buy decent whiskey.
What is a decent whiskey? I don't like whiskey, but I want to start drinking whiskey. What would you say I should I start off with?
I like that. That's a life goal to aspire to. I want to start drinking whiskey.
I do. I want to start drinking whiskey.
Because it is. It's a classy drink. Glenmorangie is a good one. Glenlivet, but then you got to get to the high end, and you got because obviously it comes in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You can it's not. It's something different entirely. But I hate it when people say, if you're at a pub and you say, "Oh, do you want a whiskey?" "Oh, I'll get you a Jack Daniels." Not the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the other one which is quite nice? Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's nice. But some of these get ridiculously expensive. But that's why treat yourself once a year, but get a 20-year something. The thing is though, because people always go, "Oh, that burns," but if you get a proper one, no, it doesn't. And also the trick to drinking spirits out there, people, is you take the shot. If you're doing a shot, because you shouldn't, whiskey should be on the rocks. But if you take a shot, exhale on your immediately afterwards, and then the vapor comes out, and you don't get that burn. And then you can get proper wangered on whiskey.
I can't actually believe that a Scotsman has asked an Englishman how to drink whiskey.
I've just realised that the penny's just dropped.
Listen, in that bombshell, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. So, listen, it just remains for me to really say thank you to everybody that's taking time.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Brilliant. Thank you so
for
much.
joining.
Especially on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I know, on Christmas Eve as well. Apologies the fact that I can't really see the questions because my sight's shit and I'm not putting my glasses on in front of you guys. But yeah, thanks for supporting myself and Dave over the last 12 months. And you know what, it's kind of funny because I was telling my girlfriend tonight, she said, "What are you up to tonight?" And I went, "Oh, I'm just going to stay and I'm doing a video with Dave." And some people might think, oh, you're in yourself, but if it wasn't for YouTube and the internet, I'd be sitting downstairs doing whatever I'm doing. But we're now able to meet up online, talking to yourself, having all the people in the same room, and we're in a big.
It's
fantastic.
It's an event. It's not you're not sat by yourself. It's an event. It's a group event. I don't care what. It's a digital group event. I don't care what anyone says.
It's like-minded people. That's how you and I have become good friends, because we're like-minded people, and without the internet, this simply wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, listen, guys, I says, yep, thank you very, very much for joining us, and I just really want to say, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic Christmas tomorrow.
As do I.
Yeah. Okay then, guys. Cheers. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.